Hello children, so here we are going to discuss something called gravitation. Have you ever observed when you throw a ball, it comes back to your hand? Why it happens? There is a history behind it. And now all of us we know that it happens due to gravitation. But what is the history behind this gravitational force? Actually the same thing happened somewhere with Newton also. He was sitting in the garden, it is said, and an apple fell down probably on his head, and he then started thinking why things fall down, because he may be observing birds and he may be thinking birds do fly, but why all the objects that come down. And then he started and he did a lot of work on this, and then he gave a theory. He said every form of matter in this universe attracts anything else beside it, or near to it, or closer to it. And this force of attraction by which different bodies attract each other is called the gravitational force. There is a special term given to the Earth's gravitational force, that is called gravity. So that is the first thing he said, that everything in this universe attracts the other thing, and that is known as the force of gravitation. Alright? So then, and this is what is gravitational force. We are going to discuss now gravitational force. Also, if there is a force operating between two bodies, or two forces operating two bodies, there will be some factors which will influence the force. Like when will the force, gravitational force will be larger. So he gave certain laws. He said that law 1 said that the gravitational force of attraction between two bodies is directly proportional to the product of their masses. That was law 1. And law 2 was the gravitational force of attraction between two bodies is inversely proportional to the square of the distance separating the two bodies. So suppose I have a body with mass m1, and say for example this is the center of gravity, and I have another body with mass m2. Let me write m2 over here, and m1 and m2, and the distance between the center of gravity, say for example, is r. Then according to Newton's first law, the gravitational force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the two bodies. So F will be proportional to m1 into m2 by first law. And then he also said the gravitational force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two bodies. So F is inversely proportional to the distance, and the distance is distance along the center of gravity of the two bodies. So combining these two, we will get F is proportional to m1 into m2 by r square. So to remove the proportionality side, we have to put a constant. So G is a constant and we get equal to. So this is the magnitude of force which each of the body will experience when gravitational force acts between them. And then we can say that this is the equation for force of gravitation between two bodies. So what is G over there? That is very, very important, very significant. G is called the universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant. Gravitational constant. Constant. Alright, so this is the magnitude by, suppose my mass is 50 and the Earth's mass is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg, say for example. Then we can place in the values, and then the radius of the Earth is 6400 kilometers, that means 6400 into 1000 meters. And we can trace and get the force by which we are being pulled towards Earth. And the unit will be Newton because force is Newton. The SI unit of force is Newton. So now let us see universal gravitation constant first and now. It is a constant for everything. It has got a fixed value. It does not depend on any other factor. And its value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So universal gravitational constant. How did we get the unit first? SI unit of G, universal gravitational constant. What we do, we will find out what is the value of G. G will be equal to F into R square divided by M1 into M2. So to calculate the value of G, we can use this equation. Now we can get the unit by placing the unit which we know. Force unit is Newton. Radius means meters, so radius square is meter square. And mass into mass, so mass unit is kg, so mass into mass kg square. So we get the unit G is equal to, the unit of G is Newton meter square per kg square, and by scientifically this value is constant and it has been calculated as G is equal to 6.67 Newton meter square per kg square. This is what is there. Now also let us try to define G. So I don't need this. So I will rub this off, and I'll try to get a question. What will be the gravitational force of attraction be the gravitational force of attraction between two bodies of mass 1 kg each, separated by a distance of 1 meter along their center of gravity. Now let us do this numericals. So if we do this numerical, what happens? F is equal to G m1 into m2 by r square. This equation we have to use. Now F is equal to G, mass is m1 is 1 kg, m2 is 1 kg, and the distance is 1. So F is equal to G newtons. So F becomes equal to G when we calculate the gravitational force of two bodies of unit masses kept at a distance of 1 meter each. So what is universal gravitational constant? It is the gravitational force of attraction acting between two bodies of mass 1 kg each, separated by a distance of 1 meter. So scientists have explained this. Scientists have calculated this value, and this is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So whenever we will multiply anything with this factor 10 to the power minus 11, the whole quantity will be very very small, and only it will be huge when the masses will be huge. And that is why for it's basic common sense that smaller bodies, finally what will happen? F is equal to g, so what will be the force? It will be 6, 7 into 10 to the power minus 11 newtons. Now I am giving the unit of force now. So it that much Newton, and it is very very small, and that is why smaller bodies, sometimes there is a general question, if bodies attract each other, why don't we get pulled by the wall, or why don't the chair pulls the duster kept there? With the smaller bodies this force is insignificant, but when the masses become huge, then what happens? This is very significant, and that's why Earth's mass is very very large, and that is why Earth will pull everything back, and this gravitational force of attraction will be significant. So we try to do a calculation and see how much of force we are being, how much of force is being acted on us. And I will take Sachin sir's help. Sachin sir, you will find out what is the mass of Earth in kg. In case you will find out, till that time I am writing a question. Suppose I write, if your mass is, if your mass is 50 kg, what is the gravitational force of attraction? Force of attraction experienced by you due to Earth's gravity. So this is it. So I am writing. So how I will calculate? F is equal to G m1, that is mass of Earth. I write mass of me by radius of Earth, because you see, I am here, standing here, say for example. So this is the radius of Earth and this. So Sachin sir, I think so. I know G 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Mass of mine is given 50. What is mass of Earth, sir?
It is 5.972 into 10 to the power 24.
So I will keep it approximate. 24. 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg we normally take. That's good, thanks a lot. And then the radius of Earth, I know it's 6,400 kilometers. So I will convert it into meters and the square of this. Now, sir will help me to calculate this. Gradually I will calculate. First I will make it very simple. F is equal to 6.67. Now this is 64 square. So 64 square will be, I am very sure 64 into 64 will be
4096.
4096. Now into 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10 to the power 5 square is 10 to the power 10 over here. Alright, now we have got 10 to the power minus 11 coming down. So 10 to the power 11. Now 6 I leave it there, and 10 to the power 24. So let us see. This is here 6.67. 64 into 64 is here. These zeros have been taken care of. 10 to the power 11, this has come down. 6 has come down. 10 to the power 24 is there. Okay. Now this 50 is my mass. I will get this value. I will tell you why I am getting this value later on. First, let us try to do 6.67. So this point also comes down. 6.67 or here, sorry. 6.67 into 10 to the power into 6 into 10 to the power 24. So 2 zeros from here also. So this is 10 square. Now how many of them are there? 11 and 10 is 21, 23. So all these 10s cancelled out and only one 10 is left. So one 10 is this one. Now sir, can you get me 6670 into 6 into 50 by 4096? So I want this calculation, sir. 66706 into 6.
6670 into 6 is 40 0 20
divided by 4096 into 50. Okay, sir. So how much is this? 40020 divided by 4096.
It's 9.77.
9.77. So approximately I can say 9.8 into 50 Newton. That is the force acting on us. Now, why did I do this separately? Also, let me explain this to you very nicely. Your mass is 50 kg, so Earth is pulling you when your mass is 50 kg. Now, what I have done is I have calculated everything except this. I am keeping it outside. That means actually I am writing this formula as this: F is equal to G mass of Earth by radius of Earth square into this mass of the body or mass of P. This is kept outside. And this value, if I only calculate, this is approximately 9.77, that is 9.8 into mass of any object. Now suppose somebody says my mass is not 50 kg, my mass is 100 kg. So simply you can tell, you can only multiply the 9.8 factor into your mass and you will get what is the force by which you are being pulled by the earth. Say for example, I know Sachin sir's mass may be 100 kg. I think so he's giving quite a lot, building up, so his mass is 100 kg. So his mass, if I ask by what mass earth is pulling you, so 100 into 9.8 Newton. So 100 into 9.8 Newton will be how much? It will be 980 Newtons, isn't it? It will be 980 Newtons. For me it was 15 to 9.8. Sir, can you tell me 15 to 9.8 is how much? Is it 490 Newton? How much is it, sir?
Yeah, it is 490.
490 Newton. So same thing is there. If suppose say for example Rakshita is telling you C must be 20 kg, say 20 into 9.8 Newton. So that is the first part of gravity we have done. The second part of gravitation is what are the effect of gravitation. See, due to gravitational force, you know, in the solar system the planet revolves around the sun, and therefore our distance from the sun is fixed. It is within a range, and that sustains life. If there was no gravitation, we would have moved beyond the sun, and then the temperature on Earth would have varied. It would have cooled down also. So the gravitation helps the planetary motions. The gravitation also keeps everything held to the earth. Everything when is thrown up, it comes back, and all these things are there. Apart from there, the gravity also gives us the weight. So what is the weight? Weight is, as I said, the gravitational force of Earth. The gravitational force of Earth. If we are on Earth, we will talk about Earth. The gravitational force of Earth experienced by our body. And so let us see, if the Earth is pulling us and we are here, our mass anywhere, our mass here, and if the same person is on the moon, our mass here or our mass in space, it will remain fixed. Because what is mass? Mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body, in our body. The quantity But what is weight? Weight is gravitational force experienced by a body. The gravitational force of attraction. Of attraction experienced by our body. So now mass will remain constant because the quantity of matter in our body, how many particles are there in our body will remain fixed. Either we are on Earth or we are on Moon or we are in the space. So mass is constant. Mass is constant. But see, what did I say? What is weight? Weight is the gravitational force of attraction experienced by our body. Suppose I am on Earth, I will experience some weight and some force, and if I am on the Moon, I will experience the other force. And if I am in the space, which is not under influence of any planet, then I will experience no force. That means weight will change. It will change depending on where we are. So weight can change. Weight can change. And it can even be zero. It's like weight. Suppose you take a weight in water, it will be different because the gravitational force is acting downwards, but there is a buoyant force acting upwards. So your net gravitational force experienced by you in water will be slightly different by the original gravitational force which you experience outside water. So weight keeps on changing, and that's why in the space there is a term called weightlessness, which every astronaut has to experience and train himself, so that he can not be suddenly subjected to weightlessness. Now, of mass, that is by quantity of matter, that means you will compare it to beam balance. Isn't it? Weight will be compared by beam balance. Mass. Mass will be compared by, or mass is measured by beam balance. Balance, and its unit is, let us see, point wise A, B, C, and D. Its unit is kg. SI unit is kg. This will be the weight is measured by spring balance. The spring balance will allow how much can measure how much is the pull. So weight is measured by spring balance. And since weight, as we defined, is the gravitational force of attraction, since it is a force, its unit is Newton. Also, weight and mass. Weight is a scalar quantity, does not involve any direction. And I'm so sorry. Mass is scalar quantity and weight is vector quantity. So, thank you. Thanks a lot. So here we see what is the difference between mass and weight. So to sum up, what did we learn? We learned about gravitation. Then what is gravitation? It is the force of attraction experienced by different bodies. Then we studied about Newton's first law of gravitation. The gravitational force of attraction between two bodies is directly proportional to the product of their masses. And law 2 is the gravitational force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. We also studied about what is the exact gravitational force by which we are being pulled. Then we studied about difference between what is mass and what is weight. Mass is the quantity of matter contained in the body. Weight is the gravitational force of attraction experienced by your body. Then we studied about difference between mass and weight. Thank you.